Hi, this is Carolyn at Cantillama Music, and this is my introduction to singing for well-being. We're going to do some simple exercises you can do at home or in the car or out in the park when you're walking the dog that can help you on your journey towards singing for well-being. Some basic exercises you can do even when times are tough and you just need to have a little bit of time for yourself. So music could be self-care. So the first thing we're going to do is some breathing exercises. Breathing is the basis of singing, much more than what happens here that drives your lungs. So we're going to do some breathing. It's very similar to yoga breathing, if you've done any of that before. I find it helpful if I put one hand on my tummy and one hand on my back, because then I can feel my rib cage expanding. So we're going to breathe right down into our bellies, and then when we breathe out, we're going to sigh. Now your shoulders shouldn't go up, because all your breathing is happening here in your tummy. So we're going to take a deep breath and then do a big long sigh out. We'll do that 3 times. So breathing in, and breathing in, and one more time. It's like that sigh at the end of the day when you finally make it to the sofa. So that's the first thing. Breathing right down into your belly. I heard a soprano opera singer once talk about feeling like the air's coming down into your hips, which is obviously madness. Your lungs don't go that far. But if you can feel you dragging the air down there, you've probably got it about right. So the next thing we're going to do is take a good breath, and then we're going to do a sliding sigh. So the way that we sigh, you're going to hear lots of different shapes of sound in it. This time we're just going to make that sound move around a little bit. So we're going to take a good breath and then slide that sigh. And you can do that a few times. The next thing you're going to do is get your voice involved. So I'm going to move across to the piano. And we're going to make some sounds. Now I find that when people first start to sing, they're a bit embarrassed of how their voice sounds. We're very critical of our own voices. Less than 5% of the population are actually tone deaf. So there's every chance that you've got a lovely voice. It's just waiting to come out. So we're going to start by humming, because that's an easy way to get in. So we are going to use these notes. And first of all, we're going to slide using a hum. So like this. And then we're going to move that upwards. If you're a man, you might want to sing a lot lower than that. And then we're going to add a second exercise onto that where we sing the notes of the scale. So like this. Just in the top and bottom notes of that to the end of the other exercises, and we'll keep moving up from here. And then once you've got used to that, you can change that sound to a nice gentle hoo. Maybe a ha. That's a simple exercise you can do at home. There'll be a separate video soon where I'll just put those patterns of the rising notes in so that you can sing anything you like along to it without needing to have a piano or knowing what to do with one. The next thing you can do is a really gentle exercise, which is going to be closing our eyes, taking a good breath and then singing that whoo sound downwards. So we'll start it, for example, here. We'll close our eyes, we'll breathe in, and then we'll sing whoo, and we'll move downwards. Now there's some other things that you need to know about singing. The first is that before you do any of that, it's always a really good idea to do a bit of physical warming up as well. So you might want to have a bit of a stretch somehow. Or the one I really love to do is to roll my shoulders. We hold a lot of tension in our shoulders, particularly those of us who sit over keyboards most of the day or over mobile phones or wherever. So rolling your shoulders is a really good way of getting rid of some of that tension. But with any of these physical exercises and with the vocal ones, don't do anything that will hurt something that already hurts or will cause some new hurt. It's just not worth it. If while you're singing something starts to feel uncomfortable, stop. If at any point your voice starts to feel tight because you've gone maybe a little bit too high, try a yawn to get rid of it. Yawning's a really good way of releasing all the tension in your throat, and it's a great excuse. It might even lead to an afternoon nap, which is one of my favourite self-care things. So that's really important. Don't do anything that's going to hurt. So another exercise that I've taken from yoga, this is shamelessly stolen from Leanna All You Yoga. You should look up her YouTube channel and her Facebook and Instagram feeds, etc. as well. She did a video for kids about relieving kind of stress and stuff like that, and she introduced an exercise which I use a lot with some of my singers when they're feeling stressed about exams, when they're nervous about performance, or just when they need to chill. I've used this before when I'm feeling a little bit angry about something, or my anxiety's gone really high and I need to calm down, or sometimes because I just needed to have a good old cry and that wasn't the appropriate place to do it. So the exercise goes like this. With your finger, we're going to trace the outline of your hand. But every time we go up, we're going to breathe in, and every time down, we're going to breathe out. So breathing in and out, in and out, etc. Going through the whole of your hand. Having some good deep breaths like that is a really good way of just reconnecting with yourself and getting yourself out of the stress or the anger or the nerves or whatever. So once you've done all of that, you've given your voice a nice warm, you've given your body a nice warm, what I suggest is you sing some nice gentle music. Now you'll probably have your favourites. The one I use if I'm doing a workplace choir or a singing for wellbeing group is Let It Be, because a lot of people know it. It's fairly gentle, but the words also feel quite appropriate. You can sing anything you like. So I'm going to sing you a quick verse and a chorus, probably mixed up because I don't remember words terribly well. And it'll give you the idea that you'll be able to sing on. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. So that's my message to you at the end of this video. Let it be.